A title block is a kind of border that can be inserted as a block in a drawing. Each title block consists of several attributes that displays defined as specifications such as sheet numbers, code, and name over engineer and other features that you specify, and you can define them based on your needs. I stay on this stem of fire line. I'm going to show and update the features of title block. To do that, first of all, I want to show you the description of my drawing, but I just selected a project and then right-click on it. A called menu will be displayed for me by choosing Descriptions, Project Description. Dialog box will be opened for me. As you see here in the title added box, we have the sentence which is written, and also you can add the other titles in the other lines and edit your title too. Here we have the other lines consist of scale, job number, days, and the other attributes that we can use them. For example, I decide to write the scale of my drawing inside of a book. So I write in this edit box. After that, I choose a bottom, and then to see the results and update the title block, you need to go through your active project and then right-click on it. And the next step, new show called menu will be displayed, and you have to select title block updates. And all the bugs. There are many features that you can add to your title block, such as the scale that I entered, the value in the previous step, or here we have Title 1 option. And by selecting this checkbox, it will be applied to your title block finally. You can add the other options based on your requirements. Up to here, we just select the options that I want to be applied to see their results. There are two buttons here. If you want to update the title block of active drawing only, you have to choose this button. But to optimize all of the types of blocks of project, you need to choose a card project. White button. Now I'm going to choose project white. In the next step, you need to select the drawings that you want to be updated by choosing do all. All the drawings will be moved to the bottom of this and will be updated. Now, it is okay. As you see, the tiger block is updated. Here you can see the new attributes that are added to this title block, such as Title 1 description and also scale. I had chosen the previous step. It is possible to prepare a report of components being used in the drawing. In other words, the report consists of definite information in your drawings. By using a report in AutoCAD Electrical, you can extract information and save more time, because this method can avoid of copying information from drawings. To use this tool, I'm going to choose Report Stop. And then we have Reports 2, in the schematic panel. Isolate this tool, and then a new dialog box will be displayed in the report name area. We have a list of several kind of reports. The first one is Bill of Material, which is selected by default and reports the components which have catalog information and extracts components data directly from their own files. The Bill of Material area, we have two options. The first one is project, that is used to process the whole of the drawing. And if you want to extract information only from the active drawing, you need to choose Active Throwing button. Being a report, you can include connector, jumper, or cable information by using these checkboxes and By selecting all the way up check boxes, all of them will be selected in the display option area. We have a selection which allows us to report identical components, as single line items. The second option, that is normal CAD format, which reports identical components with the same installation. Location codes in single line items. The next one makes each part becomes its all line item. In the other hand, each part will be displayed as a separate entry. The last three, the button causes processing all samples of the terminal or components. Again, finally, they are reported as a single entry in your report. Installation codes area, we can extract information of components based on the installation codes which are specified to them, and if you select already radio button, it will process all the components that have installation codes. If you decide to extract information for this Persephone installation code, you need to select a name, installation bottle, and after that into your record installation called. The other area, which is location codes, makes it possible to extract information based on the location codes related to the components to change the format of the extracted data. You can use formats bottom after selecting this radio, Boston, and new dialog box will be displayed that consist of format files. If there is no list to select, by using brown spots, and you can add format files and finally select your required formats. In the last estaban, after defining your required options, you can choose the OK button, then another lockbox will be shown. In this dialog box, you can choose the drawings that you want to be processed, and after doing that, select the Process button. As you see, the drawings will be transferred to the bottom list. Now you can choose OK, Boss, and then finally the report generator $box will be displayed. The header area, you can have your desired data, such as time data or add title. By choosing this More button, you can edit the table data after double-clicking on your desired role. And all the dialog box will be shown. It is possible to specify your needed values in this added boxes, such as tax catalogs and also description. After doing that, you can click on the OK to return the report generator dialog box. The Change Reports Format button can be used to change data fields such as the field name or changing the fields older in their report. To do that, you can select each available field and then it will move to Fields to Report area. Also, it allows you to remove every field that you want by selecting it and using Remove button. No one to choose the cable and back to previous dialog box, you can insert your reports into drawing. To do that, just click on the Button Throwing button and in the next step, the table generation sets up, a dialog box will be shown. And this part you are able to modify the details of the table. I'm going to choose a button and a table boundary will be displayed for me. Therefore, as it is written in the command line, I need to specify the insertion point. No, I'm going to do that. And the report generator dialog box will be shown if you want to save your report in a separate file. You need to click on the Save to File Watson. After doing that, a new dialog box will be opened, which allows you to select your desired format for the file, such as XML format or Access and other available options here. In started this case I select excellent option to show you the example and choose OK, bottom. In the next step, you need to specify your desired location to save the file, and after that, select a Save button. In an open dialog box to generate this script file, you need to click on the Running a Script and if you decide to exit from this path, you need to click on the Closed No Script button. After selecting Running his script, you can print your script for it or select the other user's while. In the last step I'm going to close the star box because I wanted this option and then to see the final result, I'm going to close the Report Generator dialog box. Finally, here it is inserted a table that consists of your drawings, information. Also, it is possible to copy this table then insert it into another drawing that you want to do that. You need to select your table and then just right-click on it and select Clipboard option. And the next step, you have to select Copy and then in the projects list, choose your desired drawing that you want to put the coffee table in it and then just right-click wherever you want to place your report, select Clipboard option and then choose Paste. You can see the copied reports from previous drawing that is attached to the cursor. And then in the final step, you have to place it wherever you want by just clicking on your desired points. As you know, there are other types of reports. To explain more about other types I'm going to choose Report 2. Explosive material was reported or other types such as components or you can produce a report which consists of all the components, information that are present on your drawing, such as component parts, catalog information description and so on. The other type is component while wireless report that includes micronation data, such as water, no terminal pane, no component location code and so on, the policy address and description. Report shows the PLC module and its input-output address numbers, and the other hand, it will extract input-output connection points. Also, it contains the description, text, and the connected word number for each input-output point. The other option for producing information is PLC components connection. It will give information about any components that is connected to the PLC input-output points. There is a terminal report that includes information such as terminal SERP, no terminal number and so on. Also, we have connector reports that allows us to have information about each connected tag and also a list of pin numbers, which are used more than one time. The cable report gives us information related to the cable market tax and also we have wire labor report that displays the wire labels and markers. Sometimes you have the components in your schematic diagram or panel layout that do not have cancer. Look data attached by using missing Catalogue data in their report, stab, and a schematic panel, you can display the Catalogue data, which is missed. After choosing this you will be asked to show the components that do not have Catalogue data. When you choose Show button, the components that do not have Catalogue data will be highlighted. If you zoom in or zoom out on your drawing, the side will be illuminated to explain about the other option in the missing Catalogue data. I want to go back to this too. As you see, there is another option, which is Report Spots. And then by using this too you can get a report and extract information from your drawing, choose the spot on. And as you see the schematic reports, the lockbox will be displayed. And the procedure to create a report is the same as the previous steps that I explained before. For example, you can select a report name and then go to Other step next selected drawings to process. And then go to the next step. Added, did the information that you want in the report and later added box, as I said in the previous section, and finally put the report on your drawing wherever you want. This was a story of creating a report by using missing Catalogue data to all. Sometimes it is needed to check or detected drawings in a project and find the problems of incomplete components or wires. Now I'm going to explain about electrical audit tool. To use this tool, I chose Report Stop in the ribbon. And then in this schematic panel, I have Electrical Audit. After choosing this tool, the electrical, all the dialog box will be displayed by selecting Details button. The dialog box will be expanded. You can choose every type that is marked with a cross. All the arrows related to that object will be displayed. For example, in the wire, no connection to have all unconnected wires with the location point where the error happens is the split separately. Each type consists of several columns, such as error message, which tells us about the exact error. And the other column that is drawing is for displaying the exact drawing WG file. And the last one is the location column, which allows us to know about the exact point of occurred error. I'm going to explain more about the other top, such as warrant exception, that is for displaying missing wire number or duplicated wire numbers. The other tab is component no Catalogue number, that shows the components that do not have Catalogue data. Also, terminal duplication tab is for displaying the duplicated terminal numbers. And alternatively, component duplication is for displaying the disconnected flyers in component connections. Here we have an exception that brings a list of components, assignments that have been duplicated. The other tab is contacts, that displays a child component without a parent. Campbell, exception is for duplicated cable. In the upper east side of this dialog box, you can choose Active Drawing, which allows us to know all the problems in the current drawing. The other option that I'm going to explain about it is Go to Bottom. This option helps us to go to an area location and correct it. To do that, you need to just select the area from the list and then click on the Go to button. As you can see, the selected drawing will be opened and also it takes you to this area location. Moreover, it is possible to correct this error and edit your component without closing electrical or the dialog box. And this dialog box, every time that you go through an error location, a check mark will be appeared beside that error. You can save the active audit report as a tax fraud by using Export button. And if you want to save a complete audit report as a tax for the export OBATA and can be used, you can select this button and then specify the location that you want to save your file and then choose the Save bottle. You may need to print the audit report. And to do that, you have to select Print Bottom. There is another method to detect a problem or errors related to wire connectivity. This can be done by using the DWG or the tool. This tool is located in Reports on the schematic panel. I'm going to select it and a new lockbox will be opened for me. Based on your requirements to audit a drawing or project, you can select each one of these two options. I'm going to audit the active doing, so I choose OK, and then doing all the dialog box will be opened. As you see, it includes several options, such as Varga pointers, which allows us to find out the problems that are related to the missing wires which were connected to gap pointers. The other option is used to clean the wires that don't have wire numbers. Moreover, it can be used to check the color or gauge labeled pointers. If you want to check the zero lengths line, you can select the checkbox. Also, you can check the wire numbers that are not linked to the wire network by selecting Wire No Floaters. After defining your desired options, you can choose OK Bottom. As you see, the selected components will be highlighted. And the next step, by choosing OK, and new dialog box will be displayed for you, and it makes it possible to save or print a report by choosing the Save Us button and Freeze button. To show you how to audit the project by using this tool, I'm going to select this tool for the another time, and the display dialog box I choose project option, and by selecting OK Bottom and also defining the needed options in this section, the Select Drawings to process the box will be opened. In this part, you have to select the drawings that you want to be processed, so I select each one that I need and then move them to the bottom of this dialog box after choosing OK, and it's me asked me to save this current drawing or not. And the next step are the drawings that I have selected or processed. And then the final dialog box with the report and audit will be displayed, and you can save or print the results.